It is currently the overnight hours from the 11th heading into the morning of the 12th of November 2020. Typhoon Ulysses, internationally known as Vamco, impacting areas from central to southern Luzon. Widespread power outages already being reported, including into Metro Manila and much of the NCR, where 23 million people are going to be impacted today by this storm system. Now, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. The storm did make landfall here at 10:30 p.m. here on the 11th of November over Polillo, now moving off towards the east in there into Quezon. Let's look at the latest radar imagery. You can just see this kind of looping through, pushing over these islands here. And that right front quadrant, all these areas off here towards the north, you're going to be looking at a very serious storm surge. Some areas over 4 meters high. Not to mention that outer eye wall, yeah, it is flowing in across the NCR. You have some pretty decent straight line winds cruising here across Quezon, down through Metro Manila, even here along the northern coast of Cavite, there into Cavite City. That is going to be just pushing those waves right up along the coastline here as this pushes over, likely directly over Angeles and then eventually over there towards Subic as well. So, you just got this storm system charging right on through. Yes, you can just almost see it here in the last few radar imageries. Yes, the eye is kind of getting smushed here by the Sierra Madre Mountains. Watch it right there. Kind of gets smushed up. That is fantastic news. Unfortunately, it is strong enough and the wind field is large enough. It's not going to weaken enough where we're just not going to see impacts here along the west coast. It will weaken enough where it's not going to be a full-on organized typhoon pushing overhead, but we're already seeing widespread power outages there in the Metro Manila area. So, the mountains are helping, but they only go so far. So do not let your guard down. I mean, people are already getting impacted by this guy, so I think letting your guard down is kind of already, that ship has sailed. There's that eye really just pushing over the mountains here. You have all that convection wrapping around. This storm system, my goodness, I'm going to get out of the way. This is absolutely impressive. And this is when I talk about a worst case scenario. Unless a storm comes in from the west, which just never happens, this is likely one of those worst type scenarios for Metro Manila. Winds right now in that center of circulation, 140 gusting 185 kilometers per hour. Pressure now at 970 hectopascals. Big issue, unfortunately. We saw this storm system intensify. Here's your current time frame, and there's a look at the intensity of this storm from multi-models right up to now, right up to landfall. This just continued to strengthen until it whacked into those Sierra Madre Mountains towards the east of Manila. So unfortunately, Philippine Sea effect, we say it quite often, playing another big role in this storm system. Signal Force 3 issued over a massive swath of central Luzon from Pagasa. That just also indicates what I've been reiterating in my last 3-4 videos. The wind field of this storm is not small. This is not a concentric tight eye. That is why, despite being over 100 kilometers away from that center of circulation, you're already seeing power outages. You're seeing tropical storm strength winds there into the Metro Manila area, and you will be seeing typhoon strength gusts at the very least as we go ahead into your Thursday morning. Red level rainfall warnings have been issued for eastern areas of Luzon. Yellow over there towards Metro Manila. I would not be surprised if they go red, maybe only because of the rainfall, saturated grounds, and urban flooding. You get poor drainage, you're going to be looking at that serious threat of flooding out here. Not only to mention that westerly wind, which is going to continue to push that water onshore. So coastal flooding in Metro Manila is going to be a very serious possibility here. Good news, the track is not lingering. It's moving about 20 kilometers per hour right now. So by 5 p.m. here on your Thursday, it will be off towards the west, passing over the Philippines back into the West Philippine Sea out here, and then eventually pushing out there towards Vietnam. And for Vietnam, guys, I cannot stress enough, they just do not need another storm system here as well. Here's a look into your Thursday morning, and you got that flow wrapping in. This is what I've been talking about, that westerly flow moving up Manila Bay. I'm a little worried about that with coastal flooding, and even still going to be seeing some trailing showers out there towards eastern areas of Luzon. Another look at Thursday morning, what I'm talking about here. This storm just pushing due north of Metro Manila, an absolute massive eye on it. Some of you in northern areas of the NCR, as you wake up in the morning, you might actually get a bit of that stadium effect. When you look out and you just got those towering cumulonimbus clouds all around you, just almost like you're standing in the middle of a massive stadium. If you are in that, make sure you get yourself to a safe area, because the backside of the storm, especially carrying that moisture off of the Pacific here, it is just going to push that water right on shore, coastal flooding, but also another round of potentially damaging winds throughout Thursday morning on the back side of this storm system as well. Still, same thing goes to Thursday afternoon for immediate coastal areas, but it will continue to drift away with some lingering showers. Problem is, it's still raining in the northern Luzon too, so I mean, ground is saturated out here too, guys, and some pretty serious flooding still very well possible with it. Here's your main points though. Large wind field with this storm. I've been saying it time and time again. I think a lot of people in Manila have been writing me. They're a bit caught off guard by this. They're like, wow, Rob, the storm's still far away. What's going on? It's a large wind field. That's what happens with some of these storms. It's getting even disrupted more by the mountains there, spreading out those winds. That means a huge swath of central Luzon is seeing tropical storm strength conditions. Ground's already saturated, and this storm is, yeah, passing near Manila. All right, here we go. I want to show you this too. Friday night, storm pulls away. We still got gusty conditions thanks to the northeast monsoon, northeastern Luzon. Watch how this tracks across the South China Sea. It is expected to go near Da Nang, maybe just north of it, or Hainan. Guys, they do not need another system here in central Vietnam, over towards Laos as well. They're in the same boat as the Philippines. So if you're worried about the Philippines out here, you need to worry just as much about Vietnam and Laos. They just cannot catch a break. Serious flooding, dozens of deaths over the last month from back-to-back storm system. So I'm keeping an eye on that as well. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. I really appreciate it. It just helps out a lot. Just helps get this word out too. So please share the video too. If you know anybody that's being impacted by this storm, follow me on all these social media platforms. But definitely check in for some more videos like this and hit that notification button. One other thing, thank you very much for all the videos and photos people have been sending. Those reports as well are very valuable, especially in some of these areas. You're just relaying information like pressure, saying it's dramatically falling, indicating that storm system is continuing to near just because of that outer eye wall. But keep in mind, if you're going to take photos or videos, take them safely, especially here at night. It is a nighttime storm system. It is very dangerous. Don't want anybody getting hurt. Oh, check with the gust to do. Check your local warnings, all that good stuff. Be smart, be safe. As always, thanks for watching.